This is Nexdef Book Summary, Why Bharat Matters, by S. Jaishankar. Why Bharat Matters is authored by S. Jaishankar, India's Minister of External Affairs and a seasoned diplomat with extensive experience in global diplomacy. Dr. Jaishankar is known for his articulate insights into international relations, underpinned by his vast experience in various diplomatic roles, including as India's ambassador to key countries like the United States and China. The main argument of the book centers around India's transformation in its foreign policy approach, from a historically non-aligned, reactive posture to a more assertive and proactive global engagement. The author S. Jaishankar argues that this shift is crucial for India to secure its national interests and enhance its influence on the world stage. He asserts that India, as a rising power, must leverage its strategic autonomy to navigate the complexities of a multipolar world, making the case that India's active participation in global affairs is not only beneficial but necessary for its development and security. The book advocates for India to use its cultural, economic, and political strengths to build strategic partnerships and further India's interests globally. The book is divided into 11 chapters, each focusing on different aspects of India's foreign policy and strategic positioning. The book starts with an overview of India's evolving worldview, followed by discussions on the interplay between domestic and foreign policy and India's proactive global engagements. The latter chapters focus on specific geopolitical strategies, historical contexts, and future aspirations, culminating in an assertion of India's growing significance on the global stage. The first chapter lays the groundwork for understanding India's new foreign policy trajectory. Jaishankar explains the 5 dominant phenomena of the last quarter century: globalization, rebalancing, multipolarity, technological impact, and power games. He underscores that rising powers like India must navigate these complex dynamics to achieve stability and growth. Jaishankar effectively illustrates how India's neighborhood-first policy and extended engagements globally, including in Africa and Latin America, are essential in this pursuit. However, some might argue that the chapter's theoretical underpinnings could have been complemented with more empirical data to enhance clarity. In chapters 2 and 3, Foreign Policy and You and The State of the World, Jaishankar emphasizes the significance of foreign policy in the everyday lives of citizens, stressing that a well-informed public is crucial for a robust foreign policy. He discusses the interconnectedness of global and domestic issues, illustrating how India's strategic responses impact national security and economic priorities. The third chapter expands on the current global state, examining the vulnerabilities and dependencies created by globalization. While Jaishankar's arguments are compelling, the chapters could benefit from a more detailed analysis of how these vulnerabilities specifically affect different sectors of the Indian economy. In chapters 4 and 5, Back to the Future and A Transformational Decade, Jaishankar looks into India's historical context and its journey towards becoming a proactive global player. He reflects on the challenges posed by the pandemic and geopolitical shifts, stressing the need for infrastructure development and human resource upgrading. The 5th chapter highlights the transformative impact of India's proactive engagement with its neighbours, exemplified by its response to Sri Lanka's economic crisis. In chapters 6 and 7, Making Friends, Influencing People, and Presenting a World View, he discusses India's diplomatic strategies, emphasizing the importance of building reliable partnerships and navigating global politics. Jaishankar highlights India's engagements with various countries and regions, such as the Quad, I2U2, and the India-Nordic Summit. His narrative underscores India's strategic use of its cultural, economic, and political strengths. In chapters 8 and 9, The State of the World and Back to the Future, Jaishankar continues to explore the geopolitical landscape and India's strategic responses to emerging global challenges. He addresses issues like climate change, terrorism, and pandemics, arguing for India's crucial role in a multipolar world. In chapters 10 and 11, A Transformational Decade and Why Bharat Matters, Jaishankar provides a comprehensive overview of India's achievements and future aspirations. He discusses the country's economic growth, technological advancements, and increasing influence in global debates. The concluding chapter, Why Bharat Matters, encapsulates the book's essence, asserting that India's rise is beneficial for global stability and progress. The book offers a comprehensive analysis of India's foreign policy evolution, effectively illustrating the transition from a non-aligned, reactive stance to a more assertive and proactive global engagement. The book excels in its thorough geopolitical analysis. The emphasis on strategic autonomy is well articulated through examples like the diverse defense procurements, including Rafale jets from France, S-400 missile systems from Russia, and Apache helicopters from the US, demonstrating India's approach. However, the book is not without its flaws. One noticeable weakness is the overemphasis on positivity. For instance, Jaishankar highlights the successes of the Neighbourhood First policy, such as the swift response to Sri Lanka's economic crisis, but downplays the persistent challenges and regional skepticism, particularly from Nepal and Bhutan and other regional states, obscuring a balanced understanding of the policy's effectiveness and challenges. Another significant drawback is the lack of focus on domestic constraints that can hinder the realization of India's vision of Atmanirbhar Bharat. The discussion does not adequately tackle internal economic challenges such as slowing GDP growth, high unemployment, and income inequality, which are crucial for a holistic view. The critique of multilateral institutions like the UN, though valid, could benefit from more detailed proposals on reforming these bodies, enhancing the effectiveness of the UN, or proposing new frameworks to further multilateral international cooperation. Though the author highlights valid points about India's strategic autonomy, there is another view that this autonomy comes with significant costs. For instance, the acquisition of Rafale jets from France, S-400 missile systems from Russia, and Apache helicopters from the US reflects India's opportunistic approach to further its narrow interests. This strategy could hurt its international credibility